Hi everyone, we're back again and this time we are spending a night on the Phi Phi Islands. So come along with us and see what we got up to. So when we booked our trip, we booked our ferry through one of the local tour stands that we found in Phuket when we arrived. We planned our journey ahead, however we didn't book the hotel until we actually got to Phuket. We started off our trip with an early morning ferry to the Phi Phi Islands so that we got to enjoy most of the first day there as well. We got on the first available ferry that we could for the day, just so that we did have some time when we got there to explore before the sun went down. The ferry journey to Phi Phi Islands took around 1 hour 45 minutes, but all in all it was a very smooth, easy journey, especially with having a 1-year-old with us. Throughout the journey we got to see lots of little islands and some scenery as well, although you can take a speedboat that actually gets you to the Phi Phi Islands a little bit quicker. We took the ferry because we had a small child with us, and this is the most advised option as the speedboats can be quite bumpy and obviously very fast, so it's not suitable for young children. But on the way to the Phi Phi Islands we still got some lovely views, and we did actually get to view Maya Bay as well on the way in. So our ferry return trip for Phi Phi Islands cost us around 2,000 baht. This is around £48 in English GBP. So once we had set off, we did eventually arrive at Phi Phi Islands around lunchtime, so around midday. And these are just some of the views that you get to see on the way in via the ferry. So we eventually arrived at the pier on the Phi Phi Islands, and we did have to pay entry before we could get to this point. For adults this cost 400 baht and for children 200 baht. So in English GBP around £10 for an adult and £5 for a child. Once we were on the island, we had someone come and grab our luggage as there are no cars on the island and wheel it to the hotel for us. We stayed at the Phi Phi Coco Beach Resort. It was far enough out the way for us with the nightlife, but close enough so that everything was in a 5-minute walking distance. Once we had checked in, we were shown to our room. We loved the idea of staying in a bamboo hut, so it was all traditional, everything was made out of bamboo. It was just something different and a new experience for us. We got into our room and this is what they looked like. We just had a standard room, but they were absolutely lovely and good enough for one night. We had a wander around the local area, seen some shops and seen what was around, and then we booked our trip. We booked a sunset long-tail private boat tour and we paid 2,500 baht for that. This is around £60 in GBP. We then come back to the hotel for a couple of hours before our boat ride out, and we spent some time by the pool and on the beach. The hotel was located next to Tonsai Pier and Lo Daloon Beach. I don't know if I'm saying that right, so I will just put it into the video as well. In the hotel we stayed at, they had some amazing food and drink options, including a swim up pool bar, and as you can see our daughter was absolutely loving the ice cream. So as we got nearer to the time of our boat leaving, we started to get ready to leave, and we headed towards our longtail boat and got on for our trip out to visit the islands for sunset. Our first stop was Monkey Island. We didn't actually get off the boat here, but we did have a ride around the bay just to see the monkeys and the beach and see the island a little bit better. Monkeys actually aren't that friendly, so that's why we didn't get off the boat, but our daughter did love to see them. Now, some people did get off the boat and go up to the bay, but as you can see, the Thai guides had to scare off the monkeys, as they will jump onto the boat and take everything you have. Our next stop was Viking Cave. So when we arrived here, it was just a drive-by kind of cave. It wasn't one you can stop at, and we got to take some pictures before heading to the next island. Our next stop was Maya Bay, and we arrived there around 4 p.m, so just before closing, and it was a little less busy than usual, but the tide was out. But we did get to have a little paddle, walk around and take some pictures and take in the scenery. So our next stop was Phi Bay. Again, I will put the name on the screen because I don't know if I'm saying it right, but it was a beautiful little lagoon where we got to snorkel and watch the sunset before heading back to the main Phi Phi Island for the night. So after we did the snorkeling, we come out of the bay and sat at sea to watch the sunset before heading back. We spent some time listening to some music, chilling out and just generally having a good chat. This also gave us time to jump off the boat, have a swim before the sunset.
I'm glad we've stayed.
So for our sunset tour, we were out all in all for around 2 hours, and this was plenty of time for us to see what we wanted to see and watch the sun go down. Once we got back, we headed back to our hotel to freshen up, ready for the evening, and we took a walk along the front of the pier and to the restaurants and shops so that we could have a look around and find a nice bar to eat for dinner. Once we had had our dinner and a few drinks, we found a really nice bar that had a fire show on the beachfront, so we stuck there for the night. We watched the thunderstorm and then watched the fire show later on. After the fire show had finished, we had a tired little girl, so we did head back, but I have heard it can be quite a good night out on the Phi Phi Islands, so if you do want to stay out, it's definitely worth it. We went back to our bungalow and then headed back in the morning early to Phuket on the ferry home. Thanks for watching and coming along with us. We can't wait to share more adventures with you. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more of our adventures.